I don't think I do it.
Arsenal started like a house on fire. Signing number 2 for this new era. It's Judgment Day, people. Yeah! What did your boy tell you? It was never in doubt. Never in doubt. Don't believe in any drug, I believe I'm self-made, yeah. Yes, Cloud Dizzle, it is Just Joe time. Now then, people, and welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. It is, of course, the self-proclaimed, I may add, hardest working man in the YouTube game. Exciting news, okay? This week, I have a new mic, finally, a new mic arriving. I also have some new lights arriving. And I also have a new shelf. I went and bought a new shelf today, which will be going behind me as well, right? So I'm really excited. I wanted to share that excitement with you. I can't wait to have my mic here on an arm. You know what I mean? Like I feel like we're leveling up. We're leveling up, and I'm getting excited. Yeah, so we're gonna have more shelf. Yeah, so thank you all for your continued support, because you know you've got me where I am and continue to do it. So I'm really, really excited. So if you haven't already, please do smash a like on the video. Do that for me. Subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, notification bell, all that jazz, right? We're getting there, Malcolm. We are. One day at a time, brother. One day at a time. So there is Joe using YouTube to put the shelf up. So listen to this. I actually got it from B&M today, and I asked the staff guy, and he got me some. He gave me some what they called hinge things. I don't know, but basically he's give me some things to use, so it should be straight. It should be cool, right? And we no longer have the bullet holes. I'm still working on the logo in LED line thing. I'm waiting for someone to send me a vector, and they need to know the sizes and stuff, but that'll have to wait because it's going to cost me a bit of cash. But I got the mic, I got the new lighting and that, so we're making moves. So I'm happy, and I just wanted to share that with you because I'm really excited about it. Now, what we're going to do, we've got loads of stuff to go through, right? We're going to talk about Charlie Creswell. We're going to talk about Hjelde. Yeah, we're going to talk about Raphinha. We're going to talk about Rutter. We're going to talk about Ounahi. And we're going to go through some other little bits that I wanted to talk to you about as well. Thank you, Brian C, and someone else said it as well. Big up Ben as well. Thank you. Getting so much love, getting so much support on the videos of late. So I'm really, really grateful for it. Joe Gelhardt as well. That's another one we're going to talk to. I wish we were talking to him. We're going to talk about, and also, folks, little, right, these two are at it again. Out you go. Out you go, boys. You had your chance. You had your chance. You blew it. Hopefully, right, I won't be... It won't matter as much when I get the new mic, because it's going to like get rid of all the sound and you won't be able to hear them snoring and that, because it does my head in, especially when I'm on other people's podcasts and they go, is someone snoring? And I'm like, yo, boom. Big up, Giancarlo. Also, guess what else I bought as well? Sound panels, is it? Sound panels with the foam and that. So they're going up as well. So we're moving, man. The sound's going to be crisp, yeah? The sound's going to be crisp. The lighting's going to be crisp. The shelving's going to be crisp. It just adds to it, doesn't it? Just makes it that little bit slicker, right? So that's all to come. Smash a like for that, yeah? Smash a like for that. Yeah, imagine Raphinha's long throws in this team with Rutter. Liquid gold football. Tell me, D. Tell me. Joe, no crack today. No crack today. I promise you. No pipe will be on show. Yeah, Ginger Man's beard. Exactly, man. I can't wait to share it. Honestly, I'm like a kid with that stuff. I'm like, yo, boom. Sound panels, yeah. To double as a padded cell. Listen, it's going to be like that. It's going to be like that. AMSR on the side, Joe. What's that? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, bro. Just Joe going to be crisp. Yeah, we're moving, man. You're right. If we win, who cares? If we lose, we get angry. That's football. You're right. Right. This is what I want to talk about first of all. And I do, yeah, filler in the wall as well, Dublin bread. But hopefully when I've got the shelving unit up, it will hide these little bullet holes. Yeah, when I'm getting shots. I don't even know what ASMR is. Or people are saying it. I don't know what it is. Is it Alan Saint Maximan Rutter? I don't know. Sensual talk. I don't know. Anyway, I'm too old for whatever ASMR is. Okay. Okay. Right. So we're going to talk about this first of all. Right. So I wanted to bring this up. I sort of, we've moved on from the Jesse chat, right? We've done a lot of Jesse chat of late, but I did want to share this graphic with you that came about yesterday, because I think this is very, very important. Yeah. Do you know when people say, oh, right, okay, where people whisper and that? I don't know. I don't whisper me. Everyone complains about that scream at the start. So, like, I don't whisper. I don't do whispering. Yeah. None of us need joy ASMR. Yeah. I don't know what it is. I will look it up after this, but maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. You are all sordid. You are the ones with the sordid minds. It's Danny's fault. It's Danny's fault. Ian says, just don't have a meltdown. I'm not, right? Okay. Until Friday, when we probably get beat by Villa and we'll go through it all again. Right. But, you know, I've had a little bit of time to reflect and all that sort of stuff. So we're not going to get into any heated debates, because I'm aware I can get very emotional, but that's not going to change, because that's what you come for, right? It's not, you know, you go to different people for different things. I assume you come here big up for loving the screen. I'll never get rid of it. I'm not leaving. I'm not fucking leaving. So that's always going to be there, right? So, oh, is it? Anyway, stop spamming ASMR, because I'm now going, oh, right, okay, what's that then? Oh, right. And I'm trying to read what it is as I'm talking, right? You're knocking me off my vibe. You're knocking me off my vibe. So I'm going to share this graphic with you first of all. Yeah. Big up TJ. Thank you for that, mate. Right. Okay. So this is very, very important that we talk about this. Okay. Now this is the other 14. They do this quite a bit. Let me just explain the other 14 for you. So basically they take out the top 6. They take out the top 6. Yeah. And they look at performance outside of that. So we've seen a lot of this when we did brilliant evening, Ollie lad. We've seen a lot of this when we were doing class under Bielsa. Naturally, this got shared a lot because we were like, look at us, man, outside of the top 6, we're the dons. We're the absolute dons, right? And it's just, you take the top 6 out of the equation, this is what it looks like. Now, remember, we were told by our chairman, when he liked Alex Lalas's tweet where he said, Leeds United's performances against the top 6 don't really matter. That's not where your points, that's not going to keep you in the league, right? That's not going to keep you in the league. So remember, we're told that. And unfortunately, Leeds United do well against them sides. Not unfortunately, we enjoy it. We enjoy beating Liverpool. We enjoy beating Chelsea. We enjoy giving the big teams games, right? But like Lalas said, and like Rad's agreed, yeah, that's not going to be the reason why you stay in the league. You need to beat those teams in and around you, right? Now, remember, what I will say, just to go back to, and you can only compare to the most recent manager. I'm trying not to do it because I know it triggers people. But Bielsa never lost to anyone in the bottom 6 of the Premier League. Fact. Right? So now let's just have a look at Leeds United's record against the teams in and around us. Okay? So I am probably going to have to disappear from the screen so that you can see it in its entirety. Yes, I am. So I'm going to go like this. I'm still here. Okay? You can, I know that might be a bit weird. But you can see here that Leeds United are only better than Southampton. Okay. So at home, we've played 6 games against the other 14. Okay. And have 9 points. And then away from home, we have just 2 points against the teams in the rest of the league outside of the top 6. So just 11 points. Now, the point, I just want to put this out there, right? Because, yeah, I know the Jesse-inners will go crazy, but I'm trying to give people something else to think about, right? It is worth, you know, thinking about it, because ultimately, if the games against the top don't matter, than the games against the bottom teams or those in and around us do. And as you can see from this graphic, Leeds United are only better than Southampton. Okay, we have a worse record than Forest, than Everton, than Wolves. And these teams make up the bottom three. These teams make up the bottom three. So it's just something to think about, because I found it quite interesting when we were looking at potential points over the next 6 games. If you remember, we looked at the fixture difficulty ratings, and Leeds United have some great fixtures over the next 6 games, Man United aside. But we'll probably beat Man United and lose the rest. The Leeds. But I guess the point I'm making is, like, a lot of people were saying we'll get 9 points, we'll get 10 points, we'll get this. We've only won 4 games all season. 2 of them came against teams in the top 6, Chelsea and Liverpool, because notoriously we do well against them. Wolves, they're down there. That's where we probably got some of our points naturally. And who else was the other win that we had? Who else did we beat? Bournemouth. Was Bournemouth, wasn't it? So yeah, just something to consider. I'm not going to properly dial down on it. I just wanted to share that with you because I thought it was quite interesting. Just how poor we have been against teams in and around us. And that's why in these next 6 games, it's do or die time for Leeds United and for the manager. Now, a lot of people think whatever happens is staying, and that's fine. I mean, if we are still in this same position in 6 games' time, getting beat, I will be banging that drum. I will put that out there now, service announcement. But it's going to be tough, you know. Sky hooks Nige, that's it. But anyway, we're back there. So just something for you to consider, Leeds United's records, when thinking about the next run and how pivotal and important it is going to be. Next 6 games are huge for everyone at the club, for Rads, for the 49ers, for Leeds United's Premier League status, and also for Jesse. Because if we continue in the trajectory that we're in at the minute, then it doesn't give you much confidence that Leeds United will win. Because, like I said, we've got Villa away, we've got Brentford at home, we've got Man United, and then we've got, I forget the next 2 games, Nottingham Forest. We've got Nottingham Forest in there, and Everton. Or is it Southampton? No, it's Everton. So we have to pick up points, because if not, it won't be long before we're bottom of here and we're in the relegation zone, you know? Yeah, Mikey B says, hi Joe, thank you for the great channel, marching on together. Thank you so much for your super chat. It goes a long way. Again, I just want to say thanks to everyone who supports the channel, that's enabled me to go and take it to the next level in terms of the mic and the sound and everything. So I'm really, really appreciative. Big up to you all. Shout out Smudge as well, who put a huge super chat in yesterday. So I'm really, really grateful for all that support, because it all goes back into the channel. Right, okay, so also another thing, disappointed, can't lie to you. Do you remember there was talk of the Eastern investment? Yeah, and the potential that Leeds United might have an unnamed investor entering the party. And we were all going QSI because Rads had been in Qatar and he was rubbing shoulders with, you know, is it Al Khalifi, the guy who owns PSG, etc.? Well, Martin Ziegler, who's pretty bob on when it comes to this sort of stuff, broke a lot of Leeds United's fans' hearts today when he tweeted out that Qatar Sports Investments have ambitions, plans, but understand not to be looking to invest in Man United or Liverpool at the moment. Any Premier League club investment would be a minority stake, as they have no plans to sell PSG. But ultimately, they've got wads of cash. So, like, even if it was a minority stake, they'd still be able to make moves. Then, naturally, he was asked on a number of occasions about our beloved football club, and he tweeted, they are not looking at Leeds either. So if anyone is wanting, that investment to come from Qatar, it's not going to happen. PSG Qatari owners met Spurs chairman Daniel Levy, but club denies planning to sell stake. So it's not going to be Leeds United. It looks like it might be, it just might be Tottenham. Yeah, which is a bit, makes you wonder, like, listen, I get the whole immorality of, the East investing, if you like. But it is mad that Radrazani has gone to the 49ers when he's so close to Nasser Al-Khelaifi. I mean, we were part of the Aspire Academy, which is in Qatar. The Qatar football team had a number of players that were not Qatar nationals that had come from the Aspire Academy. So it's just like, it makes you think, like, why is he ended up with the 49ers? It's mad, isn't it, really? It is mad. But listen, it is what it is. Leeds United will not be getting Qatari backed, funding. That shows you, though, with that Daily Mail article, it was just guesswork, right? They must have heard on the grapevine that there was potential in Qatari investment. They've obviously put Rads over in Qatar and thought, must be Leeds, unnamed investor. Now we're hearing it's Spurs and no investment for Leeds United, unfortunately, folks. Okay, next story. Oh, there we go. Big up to you from Gary Paul 26 says, we are buying players in January. That's a step in the right direction. I'm excited and ready to get behind the whole team. Mate, as soon as they cross the white line, I'm there. Don't, like, I'm with you, bro. Of course, because we don't want Leeds United to go down, do we? It wasn't QSI, it was KSI. Yeah, brilliant. I mean, he's probably that much stacked that he probably could invest in a football club. It wouldn't surprise me, mate. Have you seen that guy at Wakey Wines, how much he's selling bloody bottles of Prime for, 100 quid a go? My God, I feel like going down there and slapping the people that go in. I'm like, what are you doing? And a lot of it's just for clout, to stand on TikTok and go, Wakey Wines. Do you know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? Honestly, my daughter's friend's mum drove all the way down just so her daughter could go, Wakey Wines. And I said, like, for my kids, I go, no, not a chance. I'll get you one. I'll get you a bottle somehow, but I'm not fecking paying for it and going to a shop like, Wakey Wines. Mental, man. Gala bingo, Abdul Gumbak, Abdul go away, all that jazz, man. Did you also notice, though, the guy, talking of crack earlier on, actually got done for shotting crack? There you go. Listen, I'm all for, offender rehabilitation, 100%. But basically, no wonder he's doing that, man. He's a businessman, clearly, isn't he? Makes money whichever way he can. Wakey Wines. Top shotter. Yeah, man. Shotter Shah, Shotter Shah. Wakey Wines and that. Anyway, we move. Shotter Shah. If you don't know who Shotter Shah is, it's one of the lads. Gareth Kelly from Bad Boy Chiller Crew. Fun times. Here's something to ponder as well, actually, that Sven Leeds put out earlier on, and it's something for us to consider, something for us to think about. So, obviously, Leeds United are making moves. You would imagine we're going to sign maybe 2 more this window. Hopefully, Rutter and a midfielder. Hopefully, Ounahi, maybe Alex Scott. There will be another in the door. But that's also going to make some, the BBCC. That's what I'm about. Okay, so Sven Carlson said there is a maximum of 17 non-UK based players that can be registered for a Premier League side. Leeds United getting very close to it, suggesting someone must go if they're signing 2 to 3 new players in this window. The 17 rule is avoided for by under-21 players as such, so Nonto is registered as an under-21. Weirdly enough, Rutter could be the same, even if possibly the biggest signing in Leeds history. Click leaving opens up 1 spot, but LUFC know they need UK players soon. Not if this has been covered, but maybe something to look at for those who have a better time than myself. So it'll be interesting that we will need to get rid of some international players and maybe bring in more English players to fill that quota. We know teams like City, etc., they do that. Who can forget, like Chelsea back in the day used to buy players that were English that probably were never going to get into their side, but they filled it. So something to think about. We need more English players, in effect, more UK-based players that'll, register. I think after so long you've been here, you get citizenship. People who play Football Manager will know about this, yeah? When you have to get work permits and all that. You'll know about that stuff. But something to consider. Charlie back. We're going to talk about Charlie Creswell, actually. I think it might be the next point on the agenda. We are going to talk about Raphinha. We're going to talk about Rutter. We're going to talk about many, many more as well. Ounahi as well. We do it in the order that it's come, yeah? So sorry if it's a bit all over. So, Ounahi. Obviously, remember I do this in chronological order. So something may be there and then something might have come up. Abdul Rahman Al Khalifi says, hi Joe, am I the Abdul that was mentioned? Maybe, bro. Abdul, come back. Abdul, move back, whatever he says. Okay, so boom. Fabrizio Romano tweeted out that PSG will not go in for Azzedine Ounahi. It is not part of plans as PSG follow a different kind of strategy under Luis Campos, trusting their own players coming through the academy. So PSG plan to trust Zier and Emery for the future in that position. So Ounahi is not going to PSG, okay? Now, there was a lot of stories that were breaking that, look, he was going to be their man and they were going to loan him, etc., back to Lazio. Sky Sports also got on the hype train earlier on as well to say, basically, two unnamed Premier League clubs want to sign Angers midfielder Azzedine Ounahi. Okay, Azzedine Ounahi is wanted by two unnamed Premier League clubs. I believe them Premier League clubs are Leicester and Leeds United. And that is backed up by an article that was put in Get Italian Football News. Quite original, that, isn't it? Get Italian Football News. JJ says, us and Leicester. Yeah, bang on the money, brother. Bang on the money. But there seems to be a sticking point because Napoli are not willing to pay over 70 million for Angers' Azzedine Ounahi. So Napoli are currently not willing to pay over 70 million for Angers and FIFA World Cup 2022 star Azzedine Ounahi. Of course, Leeds United and Leicester will be able to pay. That's the thing. I know as a football club, we are skint compared to other Premier League clubs, but we have more than the Italian league. We have more than the German league. We have more, even so, than the French league. That's why we can pick up their players a lot of the time for peanuts. And Angers would probably preferably have him move to the Premier League. Now, listening to a journalist the other day on a Tottenham-based YouTube channel that someone sent me the link to, was speaking about this deal, how apparently Azzedine Ounahi, he wants to be promised game time. It's not, I think what he was saying, I mean, listen, I'll be real with you, right? Next week, I have a top tier journo coming on this show, okay? I'm not going to tell you who, but next week, one night, we're going to have a top tier journo coming on this show to talk everything Leeds United, okay? I've been working on it, so leave it with me. It's going to work it. So, yeah, I'm excited to bring that next week. Juan Martinez, it might be, top tier. It's the dawn. But, yeah, look, Ounahi apparently is not too sure on Leeds United or Leicester currently. Someone said Connor. Is Connor top tier? I love Connor, man. We speak regularly, but top tier? Come on now. He'll know, man. He's respect. He's killing the game. It is JT. It's JT, man. Man like JT. you know. Joe, you're sponsored by Jordan. Either that or North Face and JJ. I just like nice gear. If I can afford it, I can't afford it, to be honest. All the decent gear you see me wear, if you could call it decent gear, is presents. I'm a Yorkshireman. I'm tight as oat. I am tight as oat. So if I see something, oh, I love that, and then I look and it, 50 quid for a jumper? I don't think so. I actually got this one off my brother because he's put a lot of weight on. I bought it off him. So yeah. Right, okay. It's Phil, maybe. Maybe it is Phil. You'll have to watch this space. So, Napoli have tried to sign Ounahi for next summer, not January. So they'll be willing to agree a deal and him therefore, yes, Tom Brennan. On the money, my guy, on the money. That's what I'm saying. You know, it's when you hit the Premier League, you hit the big time. And these big time journals hit it all way before. And no disrespect, but, you know, that's what people used to say. Oh, well, he hadn't said it, but they're chasing their tails, unfortunately. It's different vibe. See, you've got the heating on. I have got the heating on and it's boiling. I need to go turn it down, but, you know. So, Ounahi, Napoli want him. I think they'd be willing to pay, but then loan him back. So Angers might look at that and say, well, yeah, we get to keep Ounahi for another 6 months. So that could be, you know, a good deal for them. But ultimately, Leeds United and Leicester will say, we've got the cash now. Do you know what I mean? What you're saying, we have the cash now. So there you go. So as of now, Napoli are not looking to go beyond that fixed amount of 17 million. And Ounahi, as I say, he's not too sure on Leeds or Leicester due to where they are in the league. And, you know, this journalist mentioned how there's a lot of unrest at Leeds United amongst the fan base. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of unrest amongst the fan base. Will Jesse even be there? So are you signing up to a manager that might not be there? We know Leicester's situation. They're up and down like a mad one. So yeah, it's one to keep an eye on is Ounahi. Look, if I was a betting man, I would say no now. And I think a lot of it is due to the fact that I have had or Leeds United have had our fingers burnt with CDK. I was quite confident of CDK because I kept saying, yo, we're still in the hunt, we're still in the hunt, we're still in the hunt. And then, you know, it didn't happen, did it? And it looks like it was never going to happen. So, yeah, right, okay. Just had confirmation, folks. Tuesday, 8 o'clock is when I will have the guest. I've just had the message come through now. Tuesday, 8 o'clock, put it in your calendar. Leeds play Wednesday now, don't they? I believe we play Wednesday in the FA Cup against Cardiff City. So Tuesday will be the live. We're going live as well, so make sure you get your comments and whatnot in as well. Scally, man, that guy's not top tier. I would not even entertain that guy. Genuinely, I'm not lying to you. I don't know why. Definitely not. The guy knows note. Not that I do. He knows more than me, but he knows note. Over 600 in the chat. Please subscribe. And, of course, like the video, says Alison. Yes, please do. So, yeah, Ounahi, as I said, that one's out there. I think for me, as I said, if I'm a betting man, I say no. Yeah. As a betting man, I say no. Because I think he'll end up at Napoli. Because the player has a lot to say for where he goes. Right, we're now going to talk about one of Leeds' current players. It is, of course, Charlie Creswell. Now, this is where the Yorkshire-based, if you like, journalists get it right, okay? Because they, you know, Championship, it's not as high level as what some of the other players that we're linked with on the continent. You know, it's difficult to get contacts out there, right? You've got to be in the game, you know, for a long time in order to do that. So Leeds are aiming to recall Charlie Creswell from Millwall amid interest in defender. Now, when I first seen this, I was like, I would take him back. I would personally take him back. I don't know what you guys think. Like, I'm going to ask you in a poll because he's going to come back to the football club. And it seems that a lot of that is because he's going to go out on loan elsewhere. But for me, I'd keep him. I genuinely would. I would genuinely keep him. I know people will say, well, he's struggled at Millwall, etc. But for me, I'd take him over Llorente. You know, I think we should... I know he's not starting at Millwall, right? So could easily go, oh, well, if he's not starting at Millwall, you know, yada, yada, yada. He has made a few mistakes, but I'd still take him because, you know, Jesse's big on passion, aggression, all that sort of stuff. Charlie will die for that shirt. Genuinely. Like Byron says, and you make a good point, throwing him to the lion's den. If he's failed at Millwall, how is he Premiership quality? I mean, he started off like a house on fire. I'm not willing to write the kid off. I have a lot of time for Charlie Creswell, not least just because he's a Leeds United player. I'm going to put it out to the poll as well. He's a Leeds United fan as well. Creswell, loan out. And it's mad, isn't it, how... This is what I'm saying, or keep. I'm going to ask you. So this is the thing, right? Before, if you were to go back and genuinely be honest here, a lot of you would have said, why are we loaning him out? Do not loan him out. He's had a poor time, a bit up and down, and now all of a sudden they're saying, well, he's crap because he hadn't done it at Millwall. I think it's very reactionary to say straight away, nah, done. So for me, I would take him back. I genuinely would. But that's just me. Maybe, again, you know, I'm an emotional guy. Maybe it's too invested because he's like, Leeds. Do you know what I mean? So it says, look, Leeds United are looking to recall Charlie Creswell from Millwall after a fresh surge of championship interest in the centre-back. So those that are saying, well, if he can't do it at, you know, Millwall, there's other championship clubs that want to take him. Yeah, let's have a look, actually. I'm just going to stop sharing my screen. I'm just going to have a look on FB Ref just to see what he's done in terms of performances. Let's have a look. I mean, you've just to look at this. I mean, look at all that green there, folks. Look at all that greenage. Boom. I mean, past completion, but that'd fit right in at the minute at Leeds United, wouldn't it? So there you go. I don't know who's he. I mean, a lot of them are championship players, aren't they? But if we have a look, so he's played 15 times for Millwall, 13 starts. I don't know how many games have gone. So where are Millwall? Millwall are 6, 10 less than how many they've played. Okay, I'll tell you what else we'll have a look at. We'll see what his SOFA score rating has made. Still hope. Well, listen, if he's making high-profile mistakes, he'll fit right in, bro. Man United 1-0 up against Charlton. Newcastle Leicester is 0-0. Just while I've just seen that. Right, okay, let's have a look at him. So this is Charlie Creswell this season. If we look at some of his SOFA score ratings, very poor against Sunderland, it would seem, which is quite interesting when you consider they want to take him. Average SOFA score rating of 7, which is decent. Played well against Preston, Hull, Birmingham, maybe not so much against Huddersfield, but 4 goals as well. I mean, I think this is the thing as well. Charlie Creswell would cook on our set pieces. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's be honest, Strauch's improved, but he's got a 50p head. Yeah? Creswell finds the back of the net. He scored 2 on his debut, remember? Do you know what I mean? So, 15 appearances this season for Millwall and has a decent SOFA score rating. I can't say I've seen an awful lot of him. I did win some money on his debut. I put him for a goal and he scored and it was amazing. So for me, I would take Creswell back. I would. And, you know, isn't it interesting? People say he's not good enough, but there is a host of championship clubs willing to take him on loan. Let's have a look. The England under-21 international has made 15 starts in all competitions, including one in their FA Cup defeat to Sheffield United last weekend. But he's been in and out of their championship lineup and failed to establish himself under manager Gary Rowett. But look, at the end of the day, they're sixth in the league. They're going great guns. A January recall clause in his deal is understood to have elapsed already, but a number of expressions of interest from other championship sides are now encouraging Leeds to negotiate his release from Millwall. Clubs in England's second tier are considering tabling both loan and permanent offers for Creswell. I don't want to see him sold. I do not want to see him sold. Definitely not. Like, let me just end that current... Right, so 52% say keep him at the football club, 47% loan out. I'm going to ask now in the poll, Creswell, sell, right? Because apparently that's what they're looking at. Now, for me, I would not want Creswell to go anywhere. Not want Creswell to go anywhere. If that's why he's been sent out on loan to maybe canvas, you know, getting him sold. But this is what I would say. You have just signed Diego Llorente on a long-term deal. Till 2026. And then you're going to sell Creswell, who's 20. Nah, I'm not about that life. Definitely not. And if he was to be sold, I think it'd be poor. Because the thing is as well, like, I know there's no place for sentimentality in football, but Creswell's had a lot of big clubs want him while he's been at Leeds United. City numbers, he's got under 21 caps. I think it would be mad. Llorente was signed on a lower salary. We will sell him in the summer. Are you sure about that, Darren? Has that been confirmed? Where did you get that information, bro? I'd love to know, because I did wonder about that. You know, I did wonder about that. So tell me where you got that information. Ian says you are reading that like it's Shakespeare. It's just some hack's opinion. What? What do you mean? That I've just written there? Me? What are you about? That's Phil. That's Phil here. Phil here has stated, though, that is his article, though, bro, by the way. That is his article. Creswell being sold is very unlikely as the club see a massive future. And that's good. That's music to my ears. That is music to my ears, because Phil's put it in there that they could be looking to listen to permanent offers. As a fan, I hope that doesn't happen. Do you know what I mean? Unfortunately, Capology hasn't updated yet Diego Llorente's new salary and how long that's for. So 45k a week currently, according to Capology, is Llorente, but that might be wrong because it hasn't got the green tick, but it won't be too far from that. So Creswell garnering interest from the Championship, hopefully doesn't get sold. And 88% of people had said in that poll, nah, you don't sell. You don't sell. And I think it's important, like the way Creswell started off his loan, like a house on fire. Millwall fans were going mental. We were all going, yeah, what a boy. And then maybe he's fallen off a little bit, but all it takes, if Leeds United are going to sell, let's say they sell, I think it's daft, because all it takes is for him to have a barnstormer and then the will clubs come and knock in. But for me, you can't go Diego Llorente a new deal. And one of your reasons is because you think that, you think that centre-backs will be at a premium in a couple of years' time and then sell Creswell. No, don't do that, Leeds United. Do you know what I mean? You just don't do that. Surely not. Graham Stoner has put up, thanks for being you. Thank you so much for your support, bro. That's amazing. So thank you so much, Graham, again, for your support. That means an awful lot, folks. I'm genuinely happy for that. So cheers. Right, we'll stay with the loans, if you like. So Phil Hayes mentioned on The Athletic today that Leo Hjelde will be going out on loan to Rotherham. Obviously, Leo Hjelde was Salary Sport showed, right, okay. Salary Sport showed Llorente was on 57. Now we see he's on 45. Yeah, Capology, bro, and I'll share it with you. So, Capology have him down as 45. Here, look. But that's not verified. However, they've only got it as a 2-year deal till 2024. But he's signed till 2026, hasn't he? Wasn't it a 3-year deal? Am I right or not? Maybe, I'm not too sure. But again, that's not verified. Maybe he was on, and maybe it is a pay cut. But still, 45k is too much, isn't it? And hopefully we do sell him in the summer. We'll have to wait and see. But back to Leo Hjelde. Obviously, Max Vorbeer has come in the door, and therefore Leo Hjelde is not needed. Like, for me, if you're talking about selling Creswell, which I know someone said Phil Hayes sort of poured water on it, if you're thinking about selling someone, you sell Hjelde for me. And if we're thinking about that international quota, which we touched on earlier, then he would be someone that would come out from that. But then again, he's only 19, so he wouldn't even be involved in that overall figure. So I'm talking shite, which I do most of the time. My apologies. But Rotherham are looking to take Hjelde on loan. I think it'll do him good. I don't see him having a career at Leeds United, if I'm being totally honest. That's just my opinion. Does anyone disagree? Do you think he has a future? I don't. Hjelde has been on the fringes of Leeds this season and has more often been seen with the under-21s. Can play left back and centre back, but obviously with Max Vorbeer coming in, they're going to go, and Rotherham in the midst of a championship relegation battle and sit one place outside the relegation zone. So there you go. So it looks like he will be going on loan to Rotherham. Hjelde and Creswell will be the long-term centre-back pairing. Hjelde will be homegrown by the time he's 21. I don't think it will be, bro. I don't think it will be. I don't think Hjelde is up to scratch, personally. Russ says with Hjelde, I believe he's had a medical at Rotherham today. There you go. Russ works as well. Don't you work at Rotherham, Russ? Is that right? Was it Rotherham? I think it was. As the journalist, something along them lines. Anyway, you'll have to tell me, Russ. Always keeps me in the loop, does Russ, when it concerns Leeds United and stuff, or when he hears things. So big up, Russ. So I don't see Hjelde having a future, man. I think in a few seasons' time, if we're... no, John H. No, I'm not having that, man. Hjelde has a higher ceiling than Creswell. Hjelde is much better on the ball. He's not better than Creswell, surely not. You think? Yeah, I'm quite surprised. You cover Rotherham for local radio. There you go. That's it. Free falling, I did. And don't you like to remind me when I get things wrong? But I also got a lot of things right, bro. So, you know, a clock's right. A broken clock's right twice a day, isn't it? But I'm just giving my opinion. I don't think Hjelde has a future at the club long term. I think he goes out on loan and then gets sold. You know? But I remember Apo Halme doing something similar, and I thought Halme did have a future at the time. Yeah, I don't know. That's just my opinion. We'll see. We'll see. Right. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll put a poll out. We'll put a poll out to see what everyone's saying. 87% of people do not want Creswell to be sold, which is music to my ears. You're all on the ball tonight. We're agreeing. Apart from free falling. Right. Okay. Hjelde. I have to get this spelling right. Hjelde. LDE? Is that right? Hjelde? Yeah. Hjelde, future at Leeds. There you go. I've asked you that. Paulie's out there. Vote. For me, the answer is no. I don't see him having a long-term future. But like I've been reminded, I did say that about Somerville. And how wrong was I? I called him Yampaveda 2.0, by the way. That is bad. That is bad. Free falling. Can I just ask you though, genuinely, and anyone that says Cooper's no good, having seen Pascal's performance, does that not make you see, oh, actually, Cooper's not that bad? Like, are we just gonna brush over the fact that Strauch was so bad? Like he was so bad against Cardiff. Now, I do believe Strauch will go on to be amazing. I do believe that. That is bad, D. That is bad. Normally me and you were like this, bro. Tok says I want Pascal out. Wow, that's bad. Yeah, I think yes, he does need a run at centre back, 100%. But even still, that it was just so bad. Like he was aware of one player and the other player ghosted him. But I've said many times, and people disagree, that Cooper's the best centre back. He is. People, honestly, it's mad. You know, I hear people say, oh, JB should be starting, and I like JB, but what I'm saying is they go, JB should be starting, Drama should be starting, Strauch should be at centre back, so-and-so should be at left back, bin all these off, and I'm like, no. And there's a reason the coaches do it. You know, you say Cooper's got a mistake in him, so Strauch. He was terrible, really bad. So I think, yeah, it's been good this season at left back. But my point is, people who were saying drop Cooper, like when Voba came in and everyone was announced, everyone was always going, that's Cooper's days done. I started to even think it myself. But, yeah, but Cooper can't get in the Scotland first team, yeah. That shows his level. Maybe he's. But, like you say, he's played at left back so much, it's not a seamless transition. It's difficult. You got to be aware of things this way and that way, as opposed to just that way in a sense, because you're so close to the touchline and all that sort of stuff. So I hear it. I just think it's wrong to show like that Cooper's like done out here. That's what everyone tries to see. No poll on Cooper. Listen, you know, D, if I put a poll on Cooper, like I know it's going to be overwhelmingly get him out. I just try to show people, because look, no, I don't think he is better than long term, but right now he is. Right now he is. He's better than Koch. He's better than Llorente, and he's better than Strauch. Right now. Oh, imagine, bro. Imagine Kavica Kvaratskhelia. We forget about him. Napoli leading Serie A. CDK, he'll come called Rodrigo de Paul World Cup winner. Everyone, Cayenne, we're getting to it, bro. We're getting to it. Right, okay, so let's move it on then. Oh no, Joe Joffe Gelhardt, Swansea. Joe Joffe Gelhardt may be on his way to Swansea. So Graham Smith put it out there. Swansea and Wigan both interested in him. So obviously there's the noise that Rutter he's on his way to Leeds United, but, you know, if Victor Orta manages to pull that off, it's possible that Joe Gelhardt could then decide to go out on loan in order to gain more game time. An eventuality that would spark a second-tier bidding war. This is what I'm saying, yeah? There will be clubs. A number of championship outfits have already expressed interest or made inquiries over Gelhardt's availability, including Swansea City and his previous club, Wigan. I think it's the right move. Joffe has a big future in the game. He has a big future at Leeds United. I just think currently he doesn't fit what the manager's trying to do. I think that may change if the manager changes at some point. But we'll see. We shall see. So, look, Leeds are more than happy to keep him. But they will consider letting him go out temporarily if the right move is presented and he decides he wants it. Look, players get to a stage where they just want to play football. I spoke to Robbie Gotts, and Robbie Gotts said, look, obviously it was amazing under Bielsa. I just want to play games. And when players get a taste of it, and Joffe's had that, at this point now, he's probably looking, I can't get a look in here. Now they're signing Rutter. I'm off. Do you know what I mean? But he does have a future. He does have a future. I genuinely believe that. So also it says as well in this article that ex-Wigan attacker Sean McGurk is also keen to play football in the second half of the season, as yet unable to make a senior breakthrough with the Whites, and he's not featured as much as he would have liked with the under-21. So Sean McGurk might be on his way as well. And it's, for me, I think it is mad how now Greenwood's getting more game time than what Joffrey is. Do you know what I mean? And I never saw that happening. I don't think Joffrey probably saw that happening. But as I said, it looks potentially like he just doesn't suit this football, does he? He just doesn't suit this football for me. I think he's found wanting, but yeah, it's disappointing because I really, really rate him. And I think, you know, there will come a time when he does return to Leeds United and he smashes it. But I think he needs to be sent out on loan to get game time. I said that when I seen that we were linked to Rutter. A lot of people commented and were like, nah, not a chance, etc., etc. But I think he needs to go out because Jesse's not keen on him. He gives him 10 minutes and that, and then comes out afterwards and says, "Oh, I'm sorry. I wanted to apologise to him and all that sort of stuff." So, right, okay. We're coming to the last few bits. No flight booked for Georginio Rutter as of this afternoon. That was 3 hours ago. So there's been no noise yet on that. But it does look like Rutter is coming to Leeds United. It looks, for me, we've not had the here we go yet, but it looks like it's a done deal. It looks like it's a done deal. Big up to Robert as well for the shout out on Twitter. I'm just having a look, going back to Cardiff places. Just talking there about Cody Drama there. Baron Cross loves Cody Drama, man. He never stops speaking about him. So Rutter looks like he's coming to Leeds United. Is Rutter worth 30 million plus add-ons? Look, it's been quite an astronomical rise in terms of his transfer value, etc. Maybe people will look at the figure that he went to Hoffenheim with initially from Rennes, but a lot of that was due to the fact that his contract was coming to an end. I think there's a lot of potential there, and I think it's a great move. Look, Leeds United have continuously sought players like this, right? Cody Gakpo, now at Liverpool. Rodrigo de Paul, World Cup winner, Atletico Madrid, yeah? Kavica Kvaratskhelia, the Georgian, yeah? Napoli, top of the Serie A. CDK, okay, it's not gone great, but he's at AC Milan. The list goes on. Joseph Gvardiol will go for massive money in the summer. Martin Terrier, who currently is injured, is being linked with Arsenal and Chelsea today. Yeah? He's another one that Leeds United maybe should have got. He's killing it. Obviously, he's injured at the minute. But Martin Terrier is wanted by Arsenal and Chelsea in the summer. That's another one, really, that you can add to the list of Leeds United players that you go, I should have bit the bullet, man. Now, of course, there are, exceptions. Like people say, someone's just said in the chat there about Mickey Cuisance. You've got Mickey Cuisance and what's his face? JKA. But what I'm saying is there is a lot of players. Now, there you got apparently Rutter's lawyers are in the UK to finalise the deal. I think, why would they send the lawyers? I don't know. Maybe that is true. 800 people watching, by the way. Big up to you. Shots fired! Say what? Big up to you. Amazing scenes. If you haven't already, please do smash a like on the video and subscribe to my channel where you can get your daily Leeds United news bite. But Yo, this is mad, isn't it? Yeah. I don't think I've spoke about him once. But probably not, bro. No, because I've got a tattoo of him on me. I have a tattoo of the man on my body, on my person. So unless my leg gets amputated, that guy will always be in my life. And you should also have a healthy obsession about him because he brought your football club back to the promised land, playing the best football you are likely ever to see. Okay? People keep talking about Revy. People keep talking about Wilco. And I see it. Yeah, I see it. I hear what you're saying. It's all different generations, innit? Yeah? Different generations. For me, having all the doldrums of League One, all that sort of stuff, you know, Steve Evans, Darko Milinic, the list goes on, Neil Warnock, to go through all that, sitting in my place in the Kop, season after season, watching absolute dross, not winning games at Ellen Road for long times. And then Stoke at home. Stoke at home. I will never, ever forget that. Ever. And I cried when the man left. So you know how much that guy meant to me. I think if I met him, I would probably cry in person. I'm not lying. You know what I mean? I don't care. But trust me, having sat in the stands year after year, and there's people that have done it for much longer than me, and that's fine. But to go from all that drab to then Stoke, it was like, what? Who is this? Is this a sim? I'll never forget the lineup. The lineup. I think there was Barry Douglas, that's it. And I was like, oh, have you seen that? No new signings. What? Shit. Boom. Was it shit? No, it wasn't. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable, Jeff.
Exactly. Someone says, stop it, the tears will flow. I know. If you have never seen that game and you've come onto Leeds United late, watch Leeds United versus Stoke. Watch it. It is absolutely scintillating. Samu Saiz, Mateus Click. Oh, man. Samu was a don under Bielsa. It was good. It was good. Anyway, we digress. But this is what I'm saying. So, no, the answer is I'll never get over him. Right, so a lot of you keep asking me about this. So I don't know if you've seen, okay, but Justin, apparently, Barcelona have decided to listen to offers for Ferran Torres, Ansu Fati, and Raphinha. That is quite a turn up for the Bucks, isn't it, really? It's quite a drop-off. I don't ever, or didn't envisage that it would go like this for Raphinha. I don't think he's been playing much. I don't watch a lot of Barcelona, but I know it's maybe not gone as well as people would have liked. So Raphinha looks like he could be on his way, you know. Top Sports, as I called it. Jinto12 says, well, they don't like Raphinha. Yeah, Fati is injury prone, isn't he? Obviously, they got Dembele there. Ferran Torres was a mad one anyway when they spent 50 million for him, I think, anyway. So what we're saying, Raphinha, now, would we take him back? I think the answer is yes. Is it realistic? Do you think that Leeds United could get Raphinha back, if we're being totally honest? Probably not. Probably not. Now, where will Raphinha end up? I think he comes back to the Premier League. If they're serious about Raphinha going, he comes back to the Premier League. Because he's already shown he can do it in the Premier League. So Raphinha comes back. Raphinha comes back to the Premier League, and I hate to say it, he's going to go to Chelsea, I think. That's what I'm saying. Daviden's on the money, man. Chelsea will throw money at him. Todd's going wild, isn't he? Todd Bowley's going wild. I hope he goes that wild that he sells that he sacks Graham Potter. Graham Potter. I agree with you, man. He'll go to Chelsea. I don't think Arsenal will be there. I think Arsenal maybe might have looked at him and see what he's done at Barca and probably move on. I don't think they go for him. Marching on podcast, I'm not sure. You would hope so, but I doubt, because we demanded all the fee up front. I think that was the main selling points for the Calvin deal and the Raphinha deal, is that Leeds United demanded the fee up front, and that is a lot of the reason as to why they went to them football clubs for the prices they did, because there was no staggered payments. It was up front. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think if we could get him, it'd be amazing. But I just don't envisage it happening. But I could see him. I could see him rocking up at Chelsea for sure. I'm just going to have a look now just to see latest news on him, to see if there's been any sort of Premier League interest. There you go. This is on Forbes. This is 12 hours ago. FC Barcelona set to recover Raphinha money in Premier League sale. Let's have a look. And trust me, because of how well he did in the Premier League, it makes sense that feck off, man. All these adverts. Someone tell me how an ad blocker works. I've never had an ad blocker. How does it work? Someone tell me. You can see I've been looking at mics and that though, can't you? Because they keep sending me like, buy this, buy this. So let's just have a look. FC Barcelona are aware that they could recover their money they invested in Raphinha by selling the winger to a Premier League club. 60 million euros. He was on the verge of joining Chelsea, who had an offer accepted. Represented by Barca legend Deco, the 26-year-old held out for the Catalans, and he got there. Raphinha has not been a complete flop in Spain, with a not too paltry return of 3 goals and 5 assists, but that's nothing compared to his Leeds United numbers, and we were shite. To say he has hit the ground running would be an overstatement. He's failed to impress on the wing, and yeah, Anthony did better at the World Cup as well. Yeah, I thought Raphinha would have had an amazing World Cup. If you can remember, there was a lot of Leeds United will say, no, keep him to World Cup and then we'll be able to sell him for loads. And he actually didn't do that well. Chrome extensions, Adblock Plus is free and gets rid of ads. Right, Room Priest, I'll have a look. What's it called? I'm going to write that down somewhere. What's it called? Chrome extensions, Adblock. Right, oh, cool. I need to write that down. Send it me on a message, someone, please. So Raphinha could be on his way out. Where do we think he'll go? For me, Chelsea. I don't think Arsenal would move for him now. It's disappointing. The thing is, I don't want him to come back to the Prem. Do you know what I mean? I don't want him to come back to the Prem. It'd be disappointing if he came back to the Premiership. For sure, for sure. Newcastle's a great shout. I've seen that a few times. Sorry, I missed that. Newcastle is a great shout. Maybe he could go to Newcastle. And do you know what? I don't mind Newcastle, me. Chelsea I can't stand, obviously. So, yeah, maybe Newcastle's the one. Maybe Newcastle's the one. Maybe he is. Obviously, we're waiting for an announcement on Georginio Rutter. I think, yeah, please do, Rune. That'd be great, mate, because I'm free tomorrow, so that's cool. I think we'll start to hear some more. I think when we get that here we go tweet for Fab, we know it's 100% done. But I think Rutter's going to be a Leeds United player by the end of, I would have said this week, but what day are we on tomorrow? Wednesday. We've got Friday game. Well, yeah, maybe not. Just a heads up as well. I don't know if any of you have seen this, but Leeds United's FA Cup tie will take place on Wednesday, the 18th of January at 7:45. I'll be doing a watch along for the game, and I believe it will be on terrestrial TV as well. So make sure you join me for that. I think it was initially set for Tuesday, but obviously we've got a game Friday. We'll play the FA Cup Wednesday, and then we play it against Brentford on Sunday. So it's a quick turnaround. Is Rutter an out-and-out, Joe? No, mate. He can play anywhere, really. He can play anywhere. Some of the clips of him are really, really exciting. Two of he's ambidextrous as well. Like he can Oh, it's ITV4, is it? He can shoot with his right, shoot with his left. Some of the goals that he's scored from the positions that he scored them from are absolutely amazing, and hopefully he'll come to Leeds United and do something similar. But if you have a look at his, just bear with us one sec. If you have a look at his heat map, he's everywhere, right? He's literally everywhere for Hoffenheim. Like I say, started 11 games, only 2 goals. But listen, I think there's a lot of potential there. There's a lot of potential in Rutter. And, you know, a lot of people are saying, oh, we're paying this, we're paying that, we're doing this. But I'll come back to them names that we've missed out on that have gone on to be amazing, you know, that we probably at the time, like Guardiola, etc., we didn't probably, you know, envisage what he would go on and do. For me, he was the best centre-back at the World Cup was Guardiola. I know Messi turned him inside out, but other than that, he was absolutely faultless. So, you know, Martin Terrier is another one who's been smashing it and has now been linked to Chelsea. He's out of our price range, as is, you know, Cody Gakpo's now at Liverpool. For me, let's not miss out on this one. Let's go in, you know. Room Priest says his close control looks incredible. It does. And the thing is, Rutter has so many highlight reels. You know, sometimes you have to proper dig. As soon as we were linked to Rutter, Twitter went mad. Not just with Leeds fans, but other clubs or other people saying, oh, Leeds are linked to Rutter. That's a great buy. Blah, 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 blah. Do you know what I mean? And I know a lot of people say it's a lot of money and it breaks our transfer record. But in actual fact, in terms of Premier League, it's not. It's not a lot of money, people. It's not a lot of money. I think because we were out for 16 years, and I've heard, you know, the lads at Square Ball and Phil Hay say this, and it makes sense. Because we were out of the Premier League for so long, spending like $1 million on players like Luke Murphy going, oh my God, we've spent £1 million. Do you know what I mean? But really, it's not a lot of money. And if he goes on to achieve the potential that he is, for me, do it. And it's nice to see us spending, like Rob says. It is really, really nice to see us spending. So, you know, I'm happy. I'm happy with Rutter, and I can't wait for him to get going. 370 have liked it, almost 800 people watching. If you haven't already liked the video, let's get it up to 400 likes. I'm just having a look to see if we've had any other updates while we have been on. No, we have not. So I haven't missed anything as of yet. Right, we're going to... Big shout out to this as well. Most tackles in the Premier League. I don't know if any of you have had the chance to see this, but 2 of our players are up there, Tyler Adams and Pascal Struijk. I know you can't see it fully to see their numbers, so let me just quickly remove this. But yes, Tyler Adams and Pascal Struijk are 2nd and 3rd for most tackles in the Premier League. Polinia, what a buy he was, by the way, by Fulham, leading the race there. But big shout out to the lads with the most tackles. It's probably no surprise with the way that we play and how congested it is. They have the opportunity to tackle every single day, don't they, really? And just to finish, folks, we did this last year. We were on this an awful lot last year. If you can remember, 538 that basically looks at performances so far, fixtures coming up, etc., and maps out where they expect you to finish. So this gets updated after every game, okay? We genuinely spent so much time on this on nearly every single stream that we did towards the back end of the season because, I mean, look how close it came to... we came to the drop, obviously, on the last day. Anto, I'm going to come back to that as well. So, yeah, for Leeds United, currently, where they envisage we will finish is 14th in the table, where we currently lie at the minute. Is that 14th? Yes, it is, isn't it? That's 6, yeah, 14th. With, let's have a look, a 15% chance of being relegated at this moment in time. Less than 1% chance of winning the league and getting Champions League. But they have a 15% chance that we will get relegated. So, listen, positives to take. They believe we will finish on 41 points with a minus 14 goal difference. Okay. So, yeah, that's just to give you an idea, a little snapshot as to where we are. And, you know, Luke made this point yesterday on the final word. I'm really enjoying that show. So thanks for everyone who watches that. I'm grumbling and moaning. But if you were to ask me where I think we'd finish at the end of the season, like Max said on midweek fix, I think we said we predicted anywhere between 10th to 15th. And if we finish 14th, is that a good season? Well, yeah, it might not have been enjoyable, but it's a decent season. And they're predicting we'll finish there. And we're currently 14th now. So maybe it's not as bad as I make out, but I just don't enjoy the football. That's all, and therefore I can't see a future, etc. So, yeah. But hopefully we'll be all right, but we've got to get points. We've got to get points in the games coming up. Without a doubt, we have to get points. I'm just going to share this graphic because Anto Garland's reminded me of it as well. And I want to see this. Rossi did this. I think Rossi used to be a YouTuber, but he shared it, and I just wanted to share it again because Anto's reminded me of it. This here, right, there is the potential for our team to look like this, which for me, it looks pretty sick. It looks pretty sick, doesn't it? Let's be real. Now, of course, there is no Somerville, there is no Nonto. You wouldn't drop him, but I guess it's just having a look at the potential of the side. Like for me, I'd keep Cooper in there. Maybe Vorba can do. There is a lot of moving parts. Like that's not my team what I'd put together because if I'm being totally honest, Rasmus wouldn't be at right back. He wouldn't. And yeah, people will question the formation and that, this is just something that someone's put together. But on paper, you have to be real and say that is not a bad side. So when everyone says we've got a championship side, you add Rutter to that, you get Sinistera back. It's not. It's not. You know what I mean? And this is what everyone likes to say. When things go bad, it's not Jesse's fault. It's this. So I think, look, whatever happens now in the next 6 games, he has the tools at his disposal to make sure we get wins there. Let's be honest. If we don't get wins, then it's only on one man for me. I'm not having none of this like, oh, yeah, but, we need this, we need that. Come on now. You look at that as an 11 on there. If everyone's fit and fighting, there are no excuses. And, of course, not everyone's always fit and fighting, but that's the same for every Premier League club. It's not just for Leeds United, okay? We're not getting any sort of unfair treatment. This happens, yeah? But they're the 6 games. There's what's coming up. Friday night, we play Villa. For me, we need to win. We haven't won yet. We haven't won yet this year. We need to get rid of that hoodoo. We need to beat Villa. Let's do it. Then we can be confident for Brentford at home. Because best believe, if we don't win against Villa, I worry about Thomas Frank. Because that guy, I hate to say it, is a tactical magician. He's very, very good, Thomas Frank. He couldn't lace Bielsa's boots, don't get me wrong, and we always had this to and fro with them. But he's very, very good. And I have a lot more respect for him now because we don't have that running rivalry, do you know what I mean, that we did in the Championship. It's very, very important over these next 6 games. And, a lot of people will say, oh, we're going to get X amount, but we've only won 4 games all season. So we're not going to win all of them, are we? But we need to at least win one of them next 3. Win one of them next 3 for me. At least. 4 points, at least. I said 4 points altogether. But for me, we need 4 points out of them first 3. For sure. For sure. At least. So we'll see. We shall see. Listen, we've been going for an hour and 13 minutes. I am genuinely shocked at the amount of people that have been joining me over the last few days on these streams, on my videos. It's amazing. So I want to thank you all for your continued support. You're sat in here, you're smashing likes, you're doing that, you're taking time out to support the channel. From the bottom of my heart, I'm really, really grateful. Watch over the next few days when the new equipment arrives. Hopefully it'll all be here for at least Friday, for the watch along. New shelf up, new mic, and new lighting, new soundproofing. It's going off, man. It's going off. So hopefully for Friday, we'll be cooking on gas, man. We'll be cooking on gas. So I'm really, really grateful. So thank you. Listen, enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm going to try and get some shut-eye now because I haven't been sleeping very well. So, yeah, but I'll be back tomorrow as per. What day is it? Wednesday. I won't be streaming on the evening. Well, I might, but it'll be late because I've got the kids tomorrow because the mum's working away. So they'll have bedtimes and that. So hopefully it'll be something during the day. But if it's not, it'll be late. You might be like 9:10. 9:10. Okay? So watch this space. Tuesday, 8 o'clock as well. I'm going to have a transfer stream with a well-known transfer guru on the Twitter space. Watch this space. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll see you on the t'other side. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace out now.